Así lo dice Lamont.
Así lo dice Lamont.
Mr. Secretary, first and most important question, how did your country manage to overpass those difficult moments due to the economic crisis that most European nations faces in the last 5 years?
Well, we had to make some very important decisions. We were in a EU-IMF program. We succeeded in meeting all of the objectives of that program, and we exited from it in December last. And as a result, the Irish economy now is greatly improved. We have, in the context of the difficulties we were in for a period of time, we were losing employment. Our employment rate had gone to 14.5%. It's now down to 11.9%. We created a net 60,000 additional jobs in 2013. The Irish economy has become a lot more competitive, and we're very optimistic for the future.
Do you think Ireland is on the condition to strengthen its position between or among 27 different nations of the European Union?
I think Ireland is, again, a very respected member of the European Union. We're the first EU country to exit the support programme that was in place. The international rating agencies have expressed confidence in Ireland, and we are now in a position where by the end of this year our position will be with regard to expenditure that will be down to, our deficit will be down to 5% of GDP, which is very important. Next year it will be 3% of GDP. So we're very optimistic for the future. We have a very young and committed and skilled workforce, and I'm hoping as part of this visit to encourage greater engagement between Mexico and Ireland in the business context. There's about 1.3 billion euros of business a year done at present between Ireland and Mexico. I believe that can be greatly expanded. I think there's great opportunities for Mexican companies in Ireland, using Ireland as a gateway to the European Union. And I think there's great investment opportunities in Mexico for Irish companies.
Mr. Secretary, what are the main principles of Ireland's defence policy?
In the context of our defence policy, we're non-aligned to any military alliance. To that extent, we're neutral. But we're very active members of the European Union in the context of common security and defence policy in Europe. We are very active members of the United Nations. At present, we would have an involvement in 14 different UN peacekeeping missions across the world. We have a tradition of peacekeeping and humanitarian engagement and assistance, and that's something we're very proud of. We're also part of something called NATO's Partnership for Peace. And we have a very active engagement internationally to try and assist in maintaining peace in conflict zones. For example, we would have at the moment a substantial number of Irish troops in southern Lebanon. We also have Irish troops on the Golan Heights to observe the continuing truce between Israel and Syria, and that's an area in which in very recent days there have been great difficulties, and some of the difficulties are arising out of the dreadful catastrophic civil war that's taking place in Syria.
And now, Mr. Secretary, explain to our audience the main importance of these St. Patrick's Days. What is important?
Well, St. Patrick's Day is a huge national holiday in Ireland. We use it also to try and keep in touch with the extended Irish family, extended Irish community, what we call the Irish diaspora. And it's a great global event now, not just a national event. It's celebrated in very many countries across the world. In the context of Mexico, I was delighted to be here on St. Patrick's Day to commemorate the contribution made by the San Patricio Battalion in seeking, back in 1847, 1846, to protect Mexican independence and to commemorate the contribution that they made, very brave contribution. We have, of course, in Ireland, other contacts with Mexico, and Mexico participated in what we call the global greening ceremony with the the Angel of Independence statue, which this year turned green together with many other iconic buildings and statues and monuments across the world. So it was turning green. We had on St. Patrick's Day, for example, the Sydney Opera House turned green, the Great Wall of China turned green, right across the world. St. Patrick's Day has now become an enormous cultural event that's celebrated.
How do you think both countries can improve their relations?
Well, I think we can deepen our economic relations, and there's a major conference in Ireland. The first ever Ireland-Mexico Business Conference is taking place on the 1st and 2nd of May in Dublin. We hope it's the first of many such conferences in the future. We're looking forward to welcome many important Mexican companies who will, I hope, consider using Ireland as a gateway to Europe and locating their businesses in Ireland, and that we already have substantial investments by Irish companies in Mexico, and we hope to further develop that in the months and years to come.
And final question, what are your expectations in regarding to tourism issues?
Well, today we launched a great event which we hope will result in a great surge of social tourism to Ireland, and I think there's a huge opportunity for people living in Mexico to visit Ireland, enjoy our cultural heritage, enjoy the great welcome that they'll receive, and enjoy visiting a country that you can get great value for money in, as well as perhaps using that opportunity to improve your English. So I think in the coming years we have a great opportunity to expand tourism into Ireland and also tourism from Ireland to Mexico.
Thanks very much, Minister.
You're very welcome.
Así lo dice Lamont.
Así lo dice Lamont.